What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Danny K here, back with another video. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and please do not forget to hit the subscribe button. But if you are returning, welcome back. And what's up, my YouTube family? It's been maybe a couple weeks, give or take. But anyway, how are you guys doing mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually? As for me, I am here. I am blessed. I cannot complain. First and foremost, I just want to say I am praying for everybody in Florida with the hurricane and all the surrounding states that's dealing with bad weather. I am praying for you guys. Hope everyone is doing good. Hope you guys got your power back. I honestly hope they shifted somewhere else that's just not too bad or is going away altogether. But yes, praying for you guys. But y'all, don't mind me. I'm a little tongue tied. But anyway, how are you guys doing? Welcome to the part one of getting to know Danny K, aka Danielle Kelsey. Okay, that is my maiden name, Kelsey, you guys. But I am going to get into all about the young me, little whippersnapper me. But let's get into these nails too, y'all. So I just want to say a couple things about these nails. I think that was, I'm gonna put it up on the screen, y'all. What acrylic that is, but that's a custom nude acrylic that I made. I think that was Baddie Nude, if I'm not mistaken. But I just want to say, y'all, that this video took me 2 days to edit. For some reason, I don't know what's going on with my iMovie and CapCut. So when I started on iMovie, when I got to a certain video, it was like lagging real bad, or it was just all gray. And I was just like, but you can still kind of see the video. So hopefully, this video comes out right, because when I was scrolling, it still was gray. And I'm like, I wonder if this is going to show up in the video. So what I did was I saved it to my phone and then I went through it and it didn't show. So I'm like, okay, let me just go ahead and do the voiceover, y'all. But anyways, these are Halloween nails, y'all. I wanted to do like almond, but it really wasn't giving almond. I really hate the shape of these nails, but nonetheless, they did turn out cute. Kind of, one of my favorite Halloween sets that I did. But anyway, this is not about the nails, y'all, but y'all can watch the nails while you guys listen to me. I'm gonna add pictures and stuff like that too, y'all. Um, so don't worry, you'll get to see little pictures of me when I was younger, my mama and my daddy, things like that. But anyway, let's get into a part one of getting to know Danny K. So if you are new, again, hi everyone, because everybody only knows me as Danny K. My actual government is Danielle Darlene Kelsey. I am named after my cousin, my mom's cousin. And fun fact, when I was younger, I used to hate the name Danielle. I used to say, only white girls have the name Danielle. You don't see no other black girls out here with the name Danielle. I used to hate it. And my mom was like, well, you lucky I ain't name you Deanna. And I was like, yeah, no, I'll stick with Danielle because I don't like Deanna. But anyway, I was born April 9th, 1983 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I don't know what hospital I was born at, y'all. I forgot what it's called, but that hospital no longer exists. It was on Ceylon Avenue. Um, I don't know. And most of y'all are not from Philly. I probably don't even, I don't know how many people that's subscribed to my channel besides the people that I actually know, like no that subscribe to my channel. But outside of the people I know, I don't know anybody who's on my page that subscribes to my channel that's from Philly. But anyway, I was born to the late Jaquetta Kelsey, rest in peace to my mama, y'all. And Frank Brown, which is my daddy, my best friend. I'm going to insert their pictures. And guys, let me just say this. when you look at your parents' pictures from that back in the day, y'all cannot tell me that my mama, who is 19 in this picture, don't look fucking 30. Excuse my language. But I'm like, why do you look like a grown lady? Like, you are 18, 19 in these pictures, and you are, I mean, you was somebody mama at that time, but you look like somebody's like 35, 40-year-old mama in this picture. Like, them back in the day pictures be having, had my parents looking older than what they really were. Like, it's just so, it's so weird. But anyway, so what I will say, y'all, I don't know, I don't remember too much about my young self, like anything before, anything before 5, I don't really remember, but I do have a lot of pictures. Like, I always was at a birthday party. One thing about me, I am definitely the life of the party. Cause most of the pictures I have, I'm at somebody's party, y'all. No, no lie. I'm at a party. I'm either going out for Easter, or it's Halloween. Like, yo, I was always at a party. But I don't know too much about my young self, young self, as a like kid. From, I can remember maybe like bits and pieces of things from like 6 on up. So my grandmom, Sandy Brown, is my daddy's mom, and she had 8 children, 7 boys and 1 girl. My auntie, which is my mama, um, is the only girl out of 7 boys. And I have, let me see, my daddy is the third oldest. No, I'm lying. 1, 2, 3. My daddy is the 4th child. But yes, one, two of my uncles are no longer, no, 3. Sorry about that. My other uncle just passed a couple years ago during COVID. Yo, I'm still not over that. But we're not gonna get into that. But 3 of my uncles are no longer here, so I still, have 4 left. Well, it's still 3 left, including my daddy. My aunt is still here. And like I said, y'all, she's the only girl. We have a lot of men in our family. Like, it's barely any girls. Now, my one uncle, y'all, got a lot of kids. A lot. And they are mainly girls. Honestly, I think my uncle only had 2 sons. But he got a lot of kids. And they're girls. Um, but it's mainly boys in our family. Anyway, so like I said, I remember being in elementary school, like, I remember bits and pieces. Dance was always my favorite. I love African dance. I loved any type of dance, but African dance was always my favorite. Um, I always had friends, but of course I always had enemies too. I for the life of me, I don't understand why people never liked me. I guess because I just didn't do what people wanted me to do. So that's the only thing I could think of. But what else? I love school at that young age, of course. So, y'all, so let me say this. All right. So, I'm guessing at this time I had to be like 7 because I was in 2nd grade. I remember it. Um, I don't know what happened at home because, like I said, y'all, my daddy was in the army. He's an army vet. So, um, from what I was told, he was not there for my birth because he was away. I think he was there when my brother was born. Me and my older brother have the same mom and dad, so you know wherever my brother was, I was for the most part. Um, Let me backtrack a little bit, y'all, because I'm all over the place a little bit. But so how my mom and daddy met, far as I know from what I was told, my mom used to live across the street. And I'ma tell y'all how she got across the street. But I have to save that for my teenage years, my part 2, which would be my teenage years. I have to save it for that because it's the story behind it. But my mama used to live across the street, and I heard my daddy used to sneak in her window, y'all. I heard my daddy used to sneak in my mama window when she used to live across the street. So yeah, that's how they I'm sure they met on the block, but that's how they used to be sneaking around. So and I'm not taking no breaks, y'all, either. If you don't hear me say nothing, that's because I'm drinking water because my mouth getting dry because I'm talking too much. But anyway, so when I was in second grade, I don't know what happened or what I got mad at my daddy for, but I was like, I want to go live with my mom. Now, mind y'all, right? I've always lived with my daddy, and my daddy has always took care of me. I love my mom, y'all, but my mother has never taken care of me. My auntie is literally my mom. Now, my mom has always been around for the most part, but you know, she wasn't. And I'll get into that later on, in my teenage years because it's a story behind a lot. You know, when you're a kid, people don't tell you things, and of course, you're a kid. You're probably not going to understand, or you probably just don't need to know. But as you start getting older and you start seeing things, and you just looking like, that don't seem right. Like, why is that like that, and why is that like that? So, yeah, we'll get to that in my later years. But back to, I said the last thing I said was my dad used to sneak in my mom's window, but that's how they met. Where the block that I grew up on, um, how my mom and daddy met. But anyway, so they had me and my brother. I think they had my brother when my mama was 19, and then when she was 21, they had me because me and my brother are 2 years apart. And my dad is like maybe like 3 or 4 years older than my mom. I don't know. I don't remember how far apart they are. But anyway, they were, together for that amount of time, but they was like never together, y'all. I mean, my daddy got love for my mom because she had us, but he couldn't stand that lady. I'm gonna be honest. He could not stand my mom because she was just crazy. But anyway, so second grade, I don't know what happened. My daddy did something, and I was like, I want to go live with my mom. So my dad paid my shit, and he sent me right to my mama's house in West Philly, y'all. And I got transferred to the school over there or whatever the case may be. Baby, I did not last. I only lasted 2 months. I ran back home to my daddy house so fast, y'all. I ran back so fast. Now, mind you, me and my older brother are not the only kids. My mom had 5 children. And at that, my bad, y'all. Somebody called my phone, and I need to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. But yeah, my mama had 5 kids. It's me and my older brother. We have the same mom and dad, and then my brother that's under me, and then my sister that's under him. They have the same mom and dad, and then we have a baby brother, and we all just got the same mom. But nonetheless, mom had 5 kids. That one time I told my daddy I wanted to go live with my mom. Like I said, yo, I came back so fast, it just wasn't even funny because it was a hell no for me. Like, I was like, no, ma'am, I can't live there. Like, it's a lot. And like I said, I love my mom to death. And as I got older, I realized a lot of things that she did really was not her fault. Like, I can't even blame her because she went through a lot as a kid. A lot that she literally took to her grave, y'all, that she just did not tell us. I know my mama went to her grave with a lot of secrets. I tried to get it out of her before she passed, but she just told me what she wanted me to hear, or told me what she wanted me to know, which was not much. She really wasn't answering the questions that I was asking. And yeah, y'all, again, that'll get into later in my teenage and adult years. But anyway, so that was second grade. Fast forward to like when I'm 10, my dad, mom, she passed away, y'all. I was, if you ask me, have I ever been heartbroken? That is the one time. Well, no, that was the first time I had my heart broken. Is when my grandmama died. I think I was 10. Y'all, I was so devastated because that lady was literally my best friend. And I be so jealous, but not in an envious way, when I see people who still have their grandparents. Like, I feel like I was robbed of my grandparents, having grandparents be here for a long time. So, and mind you, we lived in North Philly. Um, so when I was 12, and I'm gonna go into my teen years, but now I'm not gonna go in too deep because, yo, this video is only 28 minutes, and I don't really want to go over. And like I said, I don't have a lot of info on me when I was younger. Like, I just know bits and pieces of things that I can actually remember that I know I did when I was from like 7 on up. Like, just bits and pieces. Like, there is really no full story because I was a kid. Like, at that time, I literally was doing what I was told. Like, I was just existing. One thing I can say was I loved school. I always had straight A's. Um, for growing up in the hood and not really having much, we was definitely low income. But for us to be low income, I had everything when I was a kid. I didn't want for nothing. My Christmases were insane. Because I did so good in school, my dad always took me to the toy store. I had 5011 doll babies. I had like one of those toy treasure chests full of doll babies. So, my aunt said, I was always, she said I was a good baby. She said, I only cry when people pick me up. She said, I did not want to be touched. I didn't want to be bothered. I just wanted to chill. I'm still like that. Like, I am still very much chill. But she said my personality has always been chill. Like, I just didn't want to be bothered. I just wanted to be left alone. So, that's all I can really tell y'all about my younger years. I am going to get into some of my teenage years because, again, I didn't have much to say about my younger years. But like I said, I'm going to insert pictures of me when I was a baby, a couple pictures when I was younger, with my dad, my mom, a couple of my uncles, my aunt. Yeah, I'm going to insert them pictures. So, fast forward to when I was 12. When I was 12, the house that we grew up in, like, everybody was slowly but surely moving out. Because my grandma had a 3-bedroom house. And that house had, let me see, 1, 2, 3. It had 5 bedrooms. That's crazy. That shit only had 1 bathroom. It had 5 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. But the 2 bedrooms on the second floor were big. Like, the room that my grandma had, that room was so big you could have made it 2 rooms. Like, me and her literally she had one side of the room, I had the other side. And it was like, literally, it could have been 2 rooms. That's how big it was. And then the back room on that second floor was also big. You could fit like 2 full-size beds in there and still fit like everything that you need in a bedroom comfortably. So that house was huge. It was huge. We had front steps, we had back steps, vestibule. Like, the living room was huge. We had a kitchen with a back kitchen. Like, you had the living room, dining room. You had the kitchen, then you had the back kitchen. I don't ever recall going in the basement in that house. That's crazy. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't ever recall going in the basement in that house. Did we have a basement? I'm almost certain we did. But I don't ever recall going in there. And then like one of my uncles lived across the street. But it was a lot of us in one house. So it was me, my daddy, um, my uncle, my aunt, maybe two or three of my uncles, my aunt, my grandma, and this when my grandma was alive. Me and my grandma I stayed in the room with my grandma, and my aunt stayed in the back room. One of my uncles stayed upstairs. Two of my uncles stayed upstairs. Y'all, it was a lot of us in one house. It, like I said, it was a 3 bedroom house. I mean, a 5 bedroom house. It was 3 stories. Yeah, it was a lot of us in that one house because my daddy was there too. But a lot of my uncles, honestly, y'all, like I said, all of my uncles, I think except for two, were in the army. Every last, except for two, they were all in the army, so they were never there. So yeah, but so we all, everybody started moving out, buying their forever homes and things like that. So when I was 12, again, y'all got to remember my daddy is technically a single dad raising 2 kids at the time because my baby sister is my dad's daughter. She wasn't born yet. Or maybe she was. Oh yeah, by the time I was 12 she was born. By the time I was 12 she was um how many? I don't know. I'm like, hold up. Yeah, by the time I was 12 she was 3. And my stepmom lived 2 doors from us. So that's how my daddy met her. Um but yeah, my sister was 3. My baby sister was 3, but when I was 12, we moved up. My daddy bought a house um, up Alany. And, like I said, he was a single dad. He was moving into the new house. So he was like, he gave me and my brother an option. He was like, I need y'all to basically go stay either with my mom. I had the option to go stay with my mama or go stay with my cousin just for a year to so my daddy can get settled in a new house or whatever. So it could be ready for us. Okay, cool. So my brother went with my mom because he was a mama's boy. Even though my mom wasn't around, you know how them boys is. Anybody who got boys know them boys is mama's boys. Um, but I was like, dang, I could go stay in my mom's house. Because let me tell y'all something. Even though when I was in 10th grade, I ain't like to stay in my mom's house, I loved going over there. I love going to West Philly because honestly, I did what the fuck I wanted to do. And honestly, I wasn't really doing nothing. I just would be outside. Like, my mom lived in the projects. So we had like a courtyard. And like, we used to just run up and down the courtyard. Everybody knew each other. Everybody knew everybody kids. Everybody mamas hung out. So we hung out. Like, I used to love going to my mama house. I just couldn't live with that motherfucker. So, um, my dad, he was like, you can go live with your mom or you can go live with your cousin. And my cousin, they were it was just my big cousin and her daughter. That and my big cousin husband. She only had one kid. So, I'm like, damn, I'm weighing my options. Because I'm like, if I go to my mom's house, it's going to be cool. I can kind of do what I want. But I'm going to be too free. One thing about me, I was smart. I said, I'm going to be too free at my mama's house. I'll fuck around and end up pregnant. No lie. I said this at 12 years old. If I go stay with my mama, I know I'm going to be able to do whatever I want to do, honestly, with no consequences. My mama never laid her hands on me. She might have beat my brothers when they did something, but she ain't never put her hands on me. And she never was. But I just knew that my mom was going to let me do whatever I want over there. So I was like, yeah, I don't want that type of life. At 12 years old, I knew. I was just like, no, I'm going to go stay with my cousins. And honestly, that was one of the best options for me. But also, it was a little traumatic. and not, and I'm not going to say too much in a bad way. It was just too many rules. And not rules to where as though, because let me tell you something. When I lived with my cousins and them, I had everything. Bitch, I was living the luxury life. Excuse my language, y'all. I got a little potty mouth. But I was living the luxury life. I had, at 12 years old, I had my own bedroom, TV, cable. I had my own phone. I was going shopping every other week. I was getting my hair and nails done every 2 weeks. Like, in sixth grade, this is what I had. So I was living a life over there. But that came with going to church all the time. I literally probably was going to church 3-4 times a week. That became, and that was like mandatory. Being somewhere, eating food that I didn't like being made to eat things that I didn't like. Like, that shit was, as a kid, you just like, why I gotta eat that if I don't like it? Like, it was just certain things that I did not like being there, but it didn't outweigh all the good things and the good times that I had being there. So it wasn't really that bad. But when it got to the point where I couldn't take it no more, child, I wrote my daddy a letter and said, I need you to come get me right now, like ASAP. So I really only spent 1 year there, like that one school year there. School here start in September and then school ends in June. So once June came, I packed all my daddy came and got me, and I was going up Alany, but that was already the plan or whatever. I just had to wait until the school year was over because there wasn't no point in transferring me in the middle of the school year. So I'm 13 now, I live up Alany, and honestly, y'all, I am up until I was about 14, maybe 15. All I did was talk on the phone. Yep, 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 yep. I did not go outside like that. When I was younger, when I was living in North Philly, I was always outside. And that's because, like, my aunts and them was always outside. So we got to hang outside because they was outside. But as I started getting older and I moved up Alany to where as though it was just me, my dad, and my brother, like, my cousin lived up there. And, I'm a year older than her. And then she introduced me to who I went to go see in Atlanta, my bestie boo. Um, I had met her when I moved up Alany. That was in sixth grade. I already had a best friend. Like, I grew up literally, my first best friend literally grew up with her. We've been friends since we was in diapers. And we lived on the same block when I lived in North Philly. So I'll insert pictures of her too, somewhere in the line. But anyway. But I had met my other best friend. So, I didn't really come outside like that, y'all. Like, for the first 2 years I was living up Alany, I really was in the house. I was in the house a lot. I really just was on the phone. I don't think I started coming outside until I got in high school. And the crazy part was I only started coming outside because when I was getting in trouble, my dad was taking the phone away from me. That was my punishment because that's all I used to do is talk on the phone. Y'all, to the point where, though, remember back in the day, for all my old heads out there, remember back in the day, we only had one ways. We didn't have two ways. And y'all, I'll be back. So my apologies, y'all. Like I said, this video was really not that long. It was only 28 minutes. But I'm going to make sure that my other video is pretty long so that way I don't have to stop in the middle. But if you enjoyed part 1 of this video, please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell to get notified when I post more videos. And I will be back with part 2, the teenage years of the series Getting to Know Danny K. Bye.